Welcome back to Don't Toy Miss Nagatoro Anime Review episode number 17. This is the 20th episode of the series, which is Why Don't You Try Bulking Up a Little, Paisen? Yes, that's the name of this episode. Paisen, in case you're curious, so Gamo-chan was one who calls him that. Calls the senpai, calls him that. Now, this episode adapts from chapters 67, the second half of 76, 77, 78, and a bonus story. Yep, so what happens this episode? Well, we start with Senpai doing some painting. He's doing some sketching. He can't exactly get inspiration. He's like very rusty. So Nagaro proceeds to pose for him and he gives him a thing like, oh, is that something? That's something I look for that seems very familiar. And it turns out that was actually judo. Yep. And then of course basically like this leads into like her, like you have Gamo and her friends, of course you have them leave because, well, possibly do some judo. And of course, she didn't talk about it yet. And then of course Gamo just invites him to her gym. Yes, a teenager runs a gym. I'm thinking, how the heck is this possible? How in the world can a 15 or 16-year-old girl run her own gym? My guess? It was probably her father paid for it and basically put it in her name. So he gets there and we see Nagaro training with Gemma with kickboxing. Yep. And showing off basically because of the fact that, here's the thing. Nagaro is, well, let's just point this out, that she's very tanned, but basically her midsection is very pale. Well, there's a reason for that. The reason being is because the fact she's part of swim club. And that's the reason for the tan line. Why in the world her belly, whenever she shows off her belly, it's always like has a tan on it. It's not tanned like the rest of her body is. It's basically the form of basically her school swimsuit. That's basically what it is. So, and of course she's basically distracted. And of course then we have her teaching the senpai, well, judo. Mainly because of the fact that this actually came after the fact that the senpai was trying judo and losing. And of course, he did participate in the school tournament. Nagaro did participate in it, but she decided not to because basically she wasn't, because I was much stronger than she is. And of course, senpai tries it, and it turns out she's actually heavier than he is. She barely doesn't like that very much, but she does agree to teach him for that coming tournament. And, well, then we have her go back to training with Gamo. And then after the credits, we actually have where the senpai is training with judo with the art president. He points out, though, you are finished here. Why you come back to school for? You're doing exams. And then he says, oh, like grabs her off, opens, like, oh crap, it's her chest. And then she proceeds to fall right on top of him. And his face gets buried in her chest. And here's the thing. She has no problem with him doing this. Nagaro steps in. Of course, basically, like, he's happy with the fact she could teach him, but Nagaro teach him. And immediately afterwards, then we see a debut of a brand new character. A character who looks like the president. The president of the art club. You're probably thinking, who the heck is this girl, you might ask? Well, this is the debut of Soyama, the president's cousin. No, seriously, this is her anime debut, despite the fact she'd make her debut in the manga until chapter 82, which was not adapted for this episode. Nope. It is strange, though, the fact that she made her debut in this episode. Is she an exhibitionist like the president is? Oh, yeah, definitely. Well, not exactly the point where she's like butt naked, but she will strip naked. Yep. By the way, the president's name is Sana Sayoma. That is apparently her real name. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I'm definitely looking forward to, well, discussing the rest of the season because it's quite something. By the way, the president herself made first appearance in episode 10 of season 1. And appeared for like the last 3 episodes. Here she's appeared in like almost all the episodes so far, except she made appearance episode. She's got episode 2, but she appeared in this episode here. Yeah, which is the 8th episode of the season. So I'm thinking there's probably about 5 more episodes left. Presumably, anyways, but who knows? Yep. But yeah, that's particularly it for particular review. Next up is going to be a comic corner, and then basically it's going to be on to, well, I'm just going to probably do one. I just go straight to track on Stampede. Okay, this video. Bye.